At times, you might come across data which has been organized in a hierarchical format. For example, you have, let's say, region, and then manager, and let's say you have the salesperson, sales rep. Okay, so this is one hierarchy. You have some sales reps reporting to a particular manager, and there would be a group of such managers belonging to a particular region. So region becomes the first level of hierarchy, second is manager, and the third level is sales reps. Similarly, we have some data over here on the left, and here we have the hierarchy. The first level is about the lamp category. The next hierarchy is about the region. So that's 2 levels of hierarchy here. Now, generally, whenever you get such kind of data, it would be amazing if we can have some chart that can do sufficient justice to a hierarchy as well. And that is where Excel has provided us with 2 more chart types, which are for a hierarchical set of data. One is the tree map and the other one is the sunburst chart. First, let us prepare a tree map chart. It's pretty easy to prepare. All you need to do is select the data sets. It's okay even if you have blank cells under the hierarchy, because Excel understands that all these records belong to this cell itself. But otherwise, if in case Excel fails to understand it, the safest way would be to have these cells filled with respective lamp category. For example, all CFLs here, all FLs here, and all LEDs here. This is absolutely fine. You can do that. And then select the data, select the tree map. Quite easy, simple. Let me get rid of the chart title here. I don't want the chart title. We have some more space. Let me expand this. Well, we do have this hierarchy formed. The blue one represents CFL, orange one represents the regions, the data for FL, and gray one represents LEDs, which is absolutely fine. But there is something missing here. I don't see the numbers. It would be really awesome if I could get some numbers as well, because take a look over here. The major chunk of revenue for LEDs is coming from the Northeast, and next it's from West region. So as we proceed further with each box, the last box is often the least contributor or the one with the least value in it. Now take a look here. The highest contributor is West zone, and then the Northeast, Midwest, Southwest, and Southeast. Now this time it's Southeast over here, but if you check the FL, it's the West zone. Well, that's all good. At least I know for respective product categories which zones are the best performers and which zones are the worst performers, but I can't see numbers unless I move my mouse over there. So let's click here and I get this option here. We have the data labels. Further, let's right click on it and click on Format Chart Area. Chart Options. We have Data Labels. Click here. Label Options. We have Series Names, Category Name, and Value. I want values. And here we have them. And here further, apart from adding the values, probably you might want a different separator. May not be a comma. You can have a semicolon, period, a new line, or a space. Okay. Or maybe you might try out just a hyphen. So here we have this, a hyphen. Let's give some space in middle. And great. So we have Northeast, and this is the value. Northeast again over here. We have some value here. Now moving on, I would also like to see. Now while we have these numbers, I see the LED, CFL, and FL appearing as just one of the objects over here. You can see just representing or appearing in one of the boxes in each category. Probably they might go unnoticed. So for that, under the series options over here, let's click on this drop down. Here, if you check under viewer, under the data labels, And now we click here and select series. Now under series options, overlapping is what it is by default. If you click none, it does not appear at all. But if you click banner, it appears like a heading. And this makes it stand out. So this is how a tree chart is like. You can see different components and different regions contributing to what extent there. Now there are a few options available for customization. To an extent, yes, you can change the colors, something like this, as vivid as this. Or you also have a gradient options here. I do like this one. So we have it here. But legibility could be an issue, so accordingly we might want to change it. Great. So here we have this. But now again, when I change the style, the heading is missing. Again, it got merged. So I'll have to right click on it, go to Format Chart area, under this series, come here and select banner. And here we have this. Good. And this is how we can have our hierarchical data organized. All these boxes, the size of boxes represents the amount contributed by each of these regions for respective product type. Now moving on, another form of hierarchical data is hierarchical chart is the sunburst chart. Now here we have this data slightly reorganized or rearranged, and this time the first level of hierarchy is the financial year or the year. Next we have the region, and then now the third hierarchy is the product category. Unlike the previous one where we had product category first, we have it as over here as the third in the hierarchy. Well, it's not that sunburst chart will not work on this. It will work on it, but does it make sense is to be checked. Let me show you how. We select this data, and under insert, we have this. I select sunburst chart, and yes, we have this. So first level of hierarchy over here, CFL, FL, LEDs, and under each of them we have these regions under it. Okay. The only thing is that the sunburst chart does not have enough space to show you the values as well. So you might have to move your mouse over them. But this just looks like a wheel. Let me try to make it something interesting. Okay. For this, I had rearranged the data, and here we have 3 levels of hierarchy. So what will happen if I select this data? Like I told you, you can fill this entire blank cells with 2016 and its regions as well, or you can leave them as it is. Excel is smart enough to now pick it up. Select this entire table all the way till 78, row number 78. Once you have this selected, click on Insert, click here and Sunburst. Wow, now this all the more messy. Let's make it a bit more attractive by clicking here. Okay. Well, it does not look anything beautiful yet, but let me remove the chart title here. We'll remove the chart title here. Now it looks slightly bigger. Let's make it a bit more bigger. Great. So what do we get here? 2018. You have different regions under that, each of the product categories. And depending on the quantum of contribution by each product category within each region, the width or the size of these boxes would appear. Now let's take an example. Now let's say I do not have any of these categories available for historical data, let's say until 2019. Okay, I don't have the breakup. So I would just delete this. Now if you notice, its first level of hierarchy is 2018, 19, and 17 and 16 over here. And then next level of hierarchy is the region. But we don't have the third level of hierarchy here. But we do have the third level for 2020. Hence, we can see that hierarchy here for 2020, but we do not see that for the rest of those years. So in case if you want to focus on any specific year, well, it would mostly be the most recent year, right? You just want the information and that's it. You don't want to bother about any other set of data. Maybe you might just want to have a total here, something like this. If I were to rearrange this data and make it look much more beautiful or much more appealing, then it would be having the totals for each of these regions, for those which I do not have any more bifurcation, and then just have them as it is for 2020. Here it is, and this is the sunburst chart, again a hierarchical chart. If I were to undo this, we have all the data over here. So it's quite messy, but then again, it totally depends on where and how you want to use. For example, you might have one section highlighting the list of expenses. Under each of these list of expenses, you might have some subheadings and some more details. Maybe here you have income and some subheadings under that as well. So you can just go on to multiple layers or multiple levels of hierarchy, and that's absolutely fine. But still, remember, the more the level of hierarchies, the much messier it looks. If you don't want it to look messy but still have all the hierarchy as it is, then just get a bigger screen and then increase the size, something like this. Let me show you. You see? Well, now it's much better than before, but it takes up my entire screen space. So use it diligently and efficiently.